I want to run some tests on solar panels, and right now seems like the perfect time to be. It's literally midnight and it's overcast. Not a single light that I don't control. And that's going to give us some advantages that you're going to see. See, behind me, I have the Paleblue 21 watt solar panel and a 30 watt AliExpress solar panel sitting right next to it. Really, it's a 7 watt solar panel. But we're going to run some tests. By changing the pitch, I'm going to be able to control the light that hits it, and we're going to see at what angles do they perform the best. Now, I'm going to control the light, and we're going to be using a halogen light. And the reason for that is these LEDs that I'm using to light me don't actually produce the right wavelengths for my solar panels to be able to pick up and convert into electricity. So let's give this a try. Now, my early tests already showed me that they're producing about 5 volts each, but the milliwatts is where it changes. Now, remember, this isn't a perfect experiment. This is just me throwing together some lights in my backyard. So we're going to check the multimeter and see how much the Paleblue is generating in amperage. So right now, we see around 256 milliamp hours, and that's roughly 1.3 watts. In this really bad homemade setup, that's not a bad output. Okay, keeping an eye on the multimeter. Let's check what this angle is. So it's about 42 degrees. Let's lift it up. All right, now we're at 56.8 degrees. And we can see we've gone up about 10 milliamps. Now let's give it a try with the AliExpress one, see what we're getting. This is such a dumb USB port. Okay, so on the AliExpress one, we're actually getting about 111 milliamp hours, which is just around 0.5 watts. So the Paleblue, we're getting around 1.5 watts at around 56 degrees, and the AliExpress one, we're getting around half a watt. Now I'm going to flatten the whole panel out because I think the 21 watt Paleblue solar panel has that texture on it for a reason. I think it allows it to absorb light from multiple angles and still be able to produce a usable amount of electricity. So let's give it a try and find out. All right, right off the bat, the AliExpress solar panel dropped to 80 milliamps. That brings its total to 0.4 watts, which is really low. I mean, if I plug my phone in, it'll charge, but it's going to take a couple of hours. Let's check the Paleblue. All right, my suspicions were correct. The Paleblue dropped to 214 milliamps, putting it around 1.04-ish watts. That's even at an extreme angle change from 56 degrees to 0 degrees. Now, this is not a perfect experiment. I really need to emphasize that because I don't have a complete control over the angle of the light. I'm just using an open halogen light. I don't really have a spotlight that I could use for this. But what this does tell us is that the Paleblue solar panel was designed to be used in the wild. The texturing that we see on the Paleblue solar panel allows it to absorb light from any direction. This means it's not meant to be hung up in precise locations. It's meant to be used in the wild, hung up in a tree, thrown over the top of a car, maybe on your tent or on your backpack. And it means that those textures that we see on it allow it to absorb light in any orientation. This is incredible. See, I've discovered this the other day when I was filming a video that I didn't intend to record audio for. I hung it up in a tree on an overcast day when it was raining, and it was still generating around 0.75 watts. Just incredible how much energy it's able to produce. The AliExpress panel has some texturing on it, but really not enough to be substantial. When I tilt it, I'm actually losing quite a bit of amperage. The Paleblue has this almost like bubble wrap looking texture to it, and when I change the orientation, it doesn't drop milliamps by that much. This was a very simple backyard experiment, but it taught me to trust the Paleblue solar panel a lot more. This 21 watt solar panel is able to produce light in some of the most strange and obscure locations. The way that it's pointed at the sun is definitely going to change how much energy you're going to get out of this, but in a pinch, this will work in almost any location. And that's pretty incredible. I've worked with a lot of solar panels in the past, and it's hard not to recommend the Paleblue solar panels. They've thought of everything. It's definitely meant to be used out in the wild. Obviously, it's going to work best in ideal situations and ideal conditions, but it works. In a pinch, you're able to set it up and get some energy. This was just a simple backyard experiment, but honestly, it taught me a lot, and I hope you were able to learn a lot from it too.